Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tomorrow it's the first derby day of the season as AFC Wimbledon take on Sutton United away from home. It's going to be an interesting one, but today we're going to dive more into it. Both home and away teams, how they've done in their first couple games, signings, departures, etc. We're going to talk about all that today. But before we get into this video, please remember to like the video as always and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Currently, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It'll be really appreciated if anyone hits that button. But let's get into this video. Tomorrow, it's derby day. AFC Wimbledon take on Sutton United away from home. The away end is sold out, which is just great to see. Last year, wow, it was mental in there. It's packed. The limbs were crazy, but hopefully going to be the same last year in terms of the limbs, and hopefully it's a good result because we have an awful record against Sutton. I don't think we've ever won away from home. We did beat them last season 1-0 in the Papa John's Trophy, but to be honest, we haven't beat them in some sort of league game before, so hopefully we can turn them over tomorrow. It will be great to see, but we're going to talk about the home team first, Sutton United. They've made 11 signings so far, and to be honest, some of them have been very, very impressive. They signed Scott Cashgut from Gillingham, which is he's a right winger, can play striker. So they have signed some very good players. Omari Patrick, a left winger from Carlisle. He scored a couple goals already for Sutton coming in. A lot of their players that they've signed have already made impacts, scoring, getting assists, whatever. So I've been very impressed by their signings and how they have started the season. Harry Smith, another striker from Leyton Orient, he will actually miss this game, which is a massive blow for Sutton, but a massive advantage for us. His threat up front is mental, and he will be one that will be missed for Sutton on the day. But it's definitely an advantage for Wimbledon. They also brought in Aidan O'Brien from Shrewsbury, which is another great transfer. He is on loan though, another left winger, so they've got competition up front, a lot of good players under their belt. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow. They've signed some good players. The departure wise, they have had a couple departures. They've had 14 departures so far. 2 of them have actually been to Wimbledon. Well, Josh Newville was at Luton Town, then came to us. We was at Sutton last season. Omar Bugle has come with us as well, and they've both started brightly. Newville got his first 2 assists of the season against Colchester in the last game.
Go on! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Go on! Yes! Yeah!
And James Tilley bagged 2, which is great to see. Omar Bugle has started very good as well. Had a decent end to the pre-season. A very good pre-season as well, and then he scored his first goal. Hasn't scored in the league yet, but I'm sure he'll get his chance soon. But he did score an amazing goal against Coventry. I will try to put some videos of these goals and assists in the video. But to be honest, I think Sutton have kind of cleared out the deadwood in their team. A lot of their players have gone probably down the leagues, to be honest. Like just looking at the list now, players that have gone to Hastings, Aldershot, Dover. Some have gone higher, Shrewsbury. Some of them have gone without clubs as well that have just been released. So they've maybe cleared out the deadwood and brought in some very good players. It's going to be interesting where Sutton come this year. I think they've signed some good players, but it just depends if they keep those good players fit, if they keep having good results, good lineups. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see when we look at the players that they already have. Obviously, we've talked about Omari Patrick. Liangol's a very good player as well. Scott Cashgut, Aidan O'Brien, Josh Coley's a very good player. They've got some very good players, and it's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow. We have an awful run against Sutton. When we look at their first couple games of the season, they started with an amazing 5-1 win over Notts County. Yes, Notts County did get a red card for their goalkeeper in the 15th minute. Aidan Stone was sent off, but then they did score 5 after, and I believe 3 of their 5 goals, 2 from Omari Patrick and 1 from Harry Smith, which he won't be playing tomorrow, which is a good advantage for Wimbledon, did score in their debuts. which is very interesting to see. And then their second game of the season, they beat League One side Cambridge United on penalties. It was 2-2 after 90 minutes. Goals from Harry Smith as well. So Harry Smith has been very important. Obviously signing from Leyton Orient up front, but he will miss tomorrow, which is a massive advantage for us. But he still had 20 shots on goal, which is very mental as well. But then they did lose 2-1 to Barrow in the league. To be honest, Barrow is a very tough place to go and get any sort of result. Wimbledon lost 2-1 there as well last season. Harry Smith did get sent off, which maybe just lacked them a little bit, and they just lost the game. And then after that, they did lose 1-0 to Gillingham, so it's two losses in a row for Sutton United. I think ever since they lost Harry Smith due to a red card, they've looked a lot worse. Like last game against Gillingham, they only had 2 shots on goal. To be honest, it was a game which didn't really have a lot of shots on goal. Gillingham only had 1, and it was from Ashley Naddison, which was the goal that they scored, and they ended up winning 1-0. So maybe Sutton are on a little bit of a downfall at the moment without Harry Smith, so it's going to be interesting to see tomorrow. But let's talk about the away team, our team, AFC Wimbledon. So now the away team, AFC Wimbledon, we haven't lost a game yet. I think we've only conceded 1 goal in the league, and that was to Wrexham, which it was a goal which really shouldn't have happened. But before we get on to talking about signings and stuff, we'll go through the first couple of games in the season. We had a 0-0 draw away at Grimsby, an impressive 0-0 draw. Maybe a game which we could have easily got 3 points at. Ali Al-Hamadi unfortunately missed a penalty. He's missed 2 penalties now. He's definitely going to be off penalties. I feel really bad for Ali. I thought he actually played quite well against Colchester. He just needs 1 goal and he will find his feet. And I do believe it's going to come against Sutton. I think he will score tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting game. Then we had a 2-1 win over Coventry, which was immense. It was a great night, one of the greatest nights I've ever seen at a Wimbledon match, especially at Plough Lane. We haven't really had the best of nights there, but that night was incredible. Goals from Ryan McLean, Omar Bugel, and Ogundare also scored as well, didn't score. He got an assist, and he just signed a new contract until 2025 with an option to extend it to 2026. If you haven't watched my video, that is the video before this of my reaction to that, so I go into depth and detail of that, which is good to see. And then we had a 1-1 draw with Wrexham, which, to be honest, again could have gone either way. I thought Wrexham played very well on the day, but so did we. Second half we were immense. Ali Al-Hamadi missed a penalty again, which wasn't great to see. To not the best penalties, but I know he will improve, and he's still so important to us this season. He seems like he got his buzz back against Colchester, which is good to see. His head was high, he looked happy after, which is good to see as well. And hopefully against Sutton he will bag a goal, because he needs it and he deserves it. And then we had a 2-0 win against Colchester, our first league win of the season. 2 goals from James Tilley and 2 assists from Josh Newville. What a performance it was the other day. We dominated from minute 1 to 90. We were immense. We didn't have the vast amount of possession, but you don't need possession to win games. We had so many chances, so many big chances, so many shots on goal. We could have easily won that game 5 or 6-0 if it was another day and all our chances or our good chances went in. So we look really, really, really good at the moment. I'm really happy for the squad, the staff, the management team, everyone involved in the club. It's been a really good summer, and the performances are finally getting very good on the pitch. I'm very happy for Johnny Jackson as well, especially, and the management team alongside him. They're starting to pick it up as well, and it's been really, really, really good. So it's going to be, as I said, an interesting game tomorrow. We haven't had the best run of form against Sutton United, but I believe tomorrow, I hope it will be the day which that turns around and we can finally say that we've beaten Sutton in a league game, because the last couple of years and the last times we played them has been absolutely awful. We just haven't turned up. We've played well in the games before, but then after we haven't turned up. So it's going to be interesting to see. The squad depth that we have is really good as well. Like, the players that come on from the bench are really good as well, and they're definitely League 2 quality. As Ryan McLean also came on against Coventry and scored a wonder goal in his debut, so he could impact anyone off the bench can come on and 100% impact the game, which is good to see. But let's move on to my score prediction. I've already filmed the intro for my vlog, and I think it's going to be Sutton United 0, AFC Wimbledon 1. I think it'll be a tight affair, South London derby. It's South West London derby. It's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I think Ali Al Hamadi's 100% going to score tomorrow. It's going to be AFC Wimbledon 1, Sutton United 0. Ali Al Hamadi will score sometime in the second half in front of the 1,200. No, I think it's nearly 1,300 travelling Wombles in that stand behind the goal and to the sides of the goal. It's going to be great tomorrow. I really hope the atmosphere is going to be amazing. But let's get behind the boys. 1,300 Wombles travelling to Sutton. Sold out crowd. I'm not sure if it's sold out at home, but it's going to be interesting to see that as well because it was last time. But as I said before, my score prediction, Sutton United 0, Wimbledon 1, Ali Al Hamadi to score finally. But that is the end of the video of my Sutton United versus AFC Wimbledon derby day preview. It's going to be a good day, good game hopefully, and hopefully we can take our second batch of 3 points home to Plough Lane. But before we end this video, please remember to like the video as always and subscribe to the channel if you're new on the road to 1K. But see you guys at Sutton tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.